call to make sure that I could use it. So my apologies, but good morning, everyone. This is Judge Alyssa Perez.
Good morning.
Okay, good. I can hear somebody. Thank God.
Good morning, Judge.
This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court criminal docket for Thursday, November 18th, 2021. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Good morning, everyone. Mr. Pantoja, would you call our first case, please?
Yes, Judge. Salas on page 5.
Okay.
Cause number 2020-0D01901, State of Texas versus Gerardo Salas. Announcement of counsel, please.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeep Darnell for Gerardo Salas. Mr. Salas is in my office, present by video conference and ready to proceed.
And I do see him, Mr. Darnell. And just because the only thing I have access to on this computer is Zoom. This is our gentleman that we had gotten. Was it Dr. Rivera? Is that involved in his case? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have any update on anything he's been working with her on there?
Yes, ma'am. So the last time we met, my client was not present. We discussed getting him out of jail and he needed to meet with Dr. Rivera immediately, and that he was going to be on daily reporting it for the short term to figure out what we were doing. Dr. Rivera came to my office and did a diagnostic evaluation of my client on Monday, the 15th. Since we're on YouTube, I'm not sure I can discuss the results of that, but that evaluation has been done. Dr. Rivera is trying to personalize a treatment plan for Mr. Salas. Having gone through some of and obtained more information like Social Security, disability findings, and that kind of stuff, and then looking at some of his educational records, it is clear that I think there is an appropriate way for him to get the treatment necessary to lessen everybody's fears about what is going on while he's on probation. But I think because of the mental health issues, Dr. Rivera is trying to find the exact program she wants that is tailored in such a way that he can accomplish that. The group sessions are just simply not going to work for him. But she is aware of exactly what she wants to do, and she's going to have a report forthcoming very quickly once she finds exactly what she will recommend.
Okay.
And if we need to go into breakout room, I can be more specific, but because we're in open court and on YouTube.
I think I understand what you're telling me, Mr. Darnell. And so I guess my question is, if we don't have that today, what kind of turnaround time do you think Dr. Rivera needs?
I know she's leaving town for Thanksgiving, Your Honor. She was hoping to have something to me this week, but I think she is, what I understand is she was searching high and low to try and find something that she felt was appropriate. If we might come back in, say, 2 weeks after the Thanksgiving holiday, I would hope that by Monday after the week of Thanksgiving, I could have that. If I receive it earlier, I will get in touch with Ms. Chavez and get that over to her and copy the court if you want.
Okay. So the reason I asked, we have a setting for November 30th. I understand that might be pushing it, but if we have something, it's a chance, and we can come
Absolutely.
back again. Yeah, let's just stick with the 30th. I'm glad Mr. Salas is here. I am going to ask that he be present for that November 30th setting as well. And Ms. Chavez, in the interim, what are how did I have it? Did I have him reporting daily?
Yes, Your Honor. He's reporting daily. He's reporting through Teams, communication as well, working on his appointments. He was supposed to meet with his caseworker yesterday from EHN, getting him back on track. He's doing fine, Your Honor.
Okay. So I don't want to, I basically, I don't need him with the holiday coming up and the family. I don't want to keep him reporting daily. So let's go back to whatever he was supposed to be doing on probation, which I'm guessing is monthly.
Week, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
It's once a week.
Okay, alrighty. So then weekly, we'll have him reporting weekly. I know it's a quick turnaround. I just don't want to keep the daily. I just wanted to make sure he stayed on track. So we'll see him at the 11:30 and we'll see if we have an update, Mr. Darnell. We'll follow up with hearings after that if they are needed. But hopefully we'll get some more guidance from Dr. Rivera.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
thank you very much for your help. Thank you, Mr. Salas.
And then, Your Honor, I don't know if Mr. Salas mentioned it or Darnell, he's requesting a travel permit to go to Juarez for a family reunion.
I was not aware of that, so I apologize. Nobody had brought that to my attention.
What are the dates? I don't know. And I don't have access right now from this computer. Is it, if you sent it to me, what are the dates that are being requested? Ms. Chavez, do you have an actual travel request? Has there been one?
No, I
generated?
haven't submitted it, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Salas, which, is it this weekend? Your
Gina,
Honor,
you're muted, Gerardo.
Mr. Salas, we still can't hear you.
One moment, Your Honor.
sorry, Your Honor, I wasn't prepared. I'm
Alex.
dealing with the crisis unit
Alex.
on the other line.
And I apologize. This computer has terrible audio for me, so I'm not maxing
Alex.
volume and it's very difficult for me to hear, but. So what we'll do, I mean, unless this is tomorrow, Ms. Chavez, if you'll go ahead and submit the travel request, I'll tell you this, the only condition I would put on that, I am assuming he's going with his family
Yes.
and not
no,
going by
no,
himself. Okay. So if you'll include that in the travel permit with reporting immediately upon return, we should be good, but let me get the permit. So Mr. Darnell, we'll do it formally. So we're not getting confused here
Yes, Your Honor.
with the travel permit and all. I'll look at that, make sure it's just as long as he's going with his family. We're good to go.
Yes, Your
Thank you, Your Honor.
Maybe-
Okay.
Hey,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Darnell.
never
Thank you,
mind.
Mr.
Thank
Sala.
you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Go
Take
ahead
care.
and shut it down.
Who's next, Chuy?
Hey, Judge Rios, page 5 as well.
Okay.
Cause number 2016-000-4953. Cause number 2021-000-1590. Cause number 2021-000-1591. State of Texas versus Refugio Rios Jr. Announcement of council, please.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas. Ready, Your Honor.
And good morning, Your Honor. Denise Butterworth on behalf of Mr. Rios. We're ready as well.
Good morning. We're set for a probation status hearing and then, of course, our pretrial 2801 motions. Again, my apologies. I have very limited information. I recognize the name, but I'm not going to assume anything. Can somebody update me quickly?
So if I can quickly proceed. So I was appointed very recently to represent Mr. Rios. So he has the 2016 probation case and then the newer 2021 cases. I had received a call from Rene Flores. I believe it was last week, it might have been the week before, explaining that he was working on the case and had gotten information that the complaining witness or a listed victim in this particular case had passed away, possibly in Mexico. And that he was working on attempting to work on figuring out if the case was just going to be flat out dismissed based on that information. And he wanted to disclose it as soon as he had heard about it. So I have reached out. I filed a motion to reduce bond while Mr. Flores looks into this and works on it. And he has, and I think Mr. Herrera was on the email, he has agreed to agree to the motion to reduce bonds so that at least my client is out of jail while they track down the death certificate, because it would basically leave the state of Texas in a position where they would not be able to prove the new charges against my client. So that would leave us with his revocation and then of course the new charge. I don't think, Brian, maybe you can help me out. I don't think that there's been a motion to revoke filed on the 2016. And the reason why I say that is when I try to pull it up on portal, it doesn't allow me. And usually I glean from that there has not been a motion to revoke filed. Can you confirm that for me?
Yeah, so Denise, I think there was, and I'm pulling it up now because I'm pretty sure it was
So,
filed.
Yeah,
So
on that, Ms. Butterworth, it's been my experience, unless something has changed, it's irrespective if there's a motion. It's just since it's a probation case, you don't often get portal access.
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
listed on there, Denise. So we did file one. However,
July 9th.
yeah, you're not listed on the.
I think what really happens, I mean, you are on the case, but for portal purposes, at least it was my experience in the defense side, is that even on probation cases, even if there is a motion, you don't get to see portal. So oftentimes you just ask for the motion itself just to have. a
Okay.
copy of it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sometimes I do and
Mhm.
sometimes I don't. So I don't know the rhyme or reason, but it says I have the access granted. Like, I think it's acknowledging that I'm the appointed counsel, but I can't see anything. So at any rate, we are asking for consideration, Judge, of a bond while the DA's office works on what I believe was represented to me, an ultimate dismissal of the new charges.
Okay,
And Your Honor, just to, I apologize, just to tack on to what Ms. Butterworth was saying, there are actually two listed victims in this case,
okay,
one of which has an unfiled case with their office. So there's the issue of tracking down the death certificate, and then the issue of being able to actually contact the victim while he has a pending criminal. Well, it has not been presented to our office, but it will be at some point.
Mhm.
So we're working on resolving both issues. I don't think the victim's got an attorney on the second victim's got an attorney yet, since there's no case. So we're trying to work out both issues, which is why we're agreeing to the bond reduction.
Okay, and so for my purposes, Ms. Butterworth, I don't know if you have already sent that to the court and requested a hearing. I don't just go with the agreement on the bond. We will have a bond hearing on it. So if you have filed that already, please forward it to the court. So
Okay, I will. We filed it, so I'll attach it in an email as well.
Mhm.
And so that, and then request, I suppose, the official bond hearing.
Mhm. Yes, that's how
Okay.
we'll do it. Okay, and then if we have any updates at that time, I'll consider them. Anything else on this one?
No, Your Honor, nothing for the state.
And nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Just do it as soon as you can, Denise. We may be able to get you in on the 30th docket, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, take care. Who's next, Chui?
Ms. Butterworth, did you have another matter that you needed to approach on?
No, well, so when I first logged on, I thought, Mr. Pantoja, that you had said that we needed to be here on Mr. Gabadon. Is that correct? Because I don't have anything else if that's not the case.
Okay, then if you didn't need to approach on that one, you're good to go, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
May I be
you.
excused?
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Who's next, Chui?
Judge, reset from Tuesday, Ramsey. Mr. Avelar is here on that one.
Perfect. Did we have an update? Go ahead, Chui, sorry.
Yes, Judge. It's cause number 2020-0004156, State of Texas versus Sylvia Cecilia Ramsey. Announcement of council, please.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
And Daniel Avelar for Sylvia Ramsey. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge Stephanie Kendrick for adult probation.
Thank you, Ms. Kendrick. Did we get an update? I think that's why we were here today, just to see, fingers crossed, if we had new information.
We did. So she was seen by the jail and she is receiving services at the jail through EHN.
Uh-huh.
However, she does not meet criteria for the mental health unit.
Okay.
So if, as of now, I did conference with my senior officer. We are recommending BHRTC, where she will get the substance abuse treatment and continue services with EHN there.
And that was going to be my next question, Ms. Kendrick, is if whatever recommendation came out of the latter assessment, if that could be incorporated into BHRTC. So I'm hearing that to be a yes, Mr. Avelar. So we're at BHRTC. You know, I guess, better what's going on with your client in terms of where she is. I'm just assume put her on the November 30th jail docket. If you think you're going to have an issue or need to, she needs to be here for it. If not, I'm happy to just, let's modify her and send her to BHRTC. So I'm going to give you that November 30th hearing date at 3 p.m.
Judge, if I hear from either her or her family,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know what I'm getting at. Can
I
call the
think you're
court?
gonna need the hearing. I think you're gonna need the
Okay.
hearing. So
Okay.
I'm happy to, I'm kind of talking, we're without Miss Aguirre, and I'm afraid that maybe November 30th might be absolutely swamped, but we'll put her there. We'll put her there. Mr. Avalar, if we get too crazy for that date, if I'm already maybe scheduling like 20 inmates at that time, I'm not gonna be able to fit her in there. It's gonna have to be the next week.
Well,
But
Judge,
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
I know your maybe I have better hope than you. If we can't, well, if we can't, but by that I mean if we contact her family and we have a green light,
Mhm.
can I contact the court and just mod?
Absolutely, absolutely. If you don't need the hearing, absolutely fine. We
I
can
got
get her going. Understand that, please explain to her, the delays that are associated with placement,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that. Okay. Ms. Pineda, were you gonna say something?
Yes, Judge, good morning.
Good
I
morning.
did want to bring up just in the event that, like Mr. Avalar mentioned, if we get the green light and we just modify, we submit paperwork. However, we do need that consent form by her. And I mean, if we were to have the 11:30 setting, that'd be great because I can just easily contact the jail myself, emailing that form that I need signed. If not, if Mr. Avalar and I could, or Ms. Kendrick, can we be in communication? Because we do need somebody to get that form signed from her from the jail.
Carla, can you do me a favor? Can you call me after this hearing? Because this isn't the only case where I've heard about consent issues. It's been happening recently.
It's like a ticket for them to be placed on the waiting list. It's the Texas Uniform Clearance form.
But my question is who gets it?
Once they're signed?
No, what I mean is, do I go out to the annex and go get it?
That would be the issue. If not, if you can, and if not, it works well with probation if they're on a jail docket, because that's when I have access to email the annex directly while we're in docket.
Okay.
And what I'm being told, Mr. Avalar, is that we're beyond capacity for November 30th. So I'm gonna have to go to December 7th. Okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
I know, I'm sorry, but
No,
that's where we are. She was just here on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
So, okay. Yeah, we're just, end of year is very, very busy for our inmate docket.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All righty. Okay, so
May
there
I
we
be
go.
I think that's it, right?
Sí, señor.
May I be excused? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, y'all. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't see y'all.
Take care.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Kendrick. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who's next, Chewy?
Okay, Judge Brown on page 1.
Okay.
And that should be her, that's.
Yes, right here.
there's Ida and Esther.
Right there.
Okay.
No, I can.
Oh,
Just a
yes,
minute,
Ms.
Ms.
Brown.
Brown.
Okay, all righty.
Okay, Judge, it's cause number 2020-020-1208. Cause number 2020-020-2497. State of Texas versus Elaine Brown. Announcement of council, please.
Brian Herrera for State of Texas, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Edward Hernandez with the Mental Health Unit of the Deputy, or of the Public Defender's Office. So we're ready to proceed, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Zuelena Elaine Brown.
And I do see Ms. Brown is appearing. Thank you, ma'am, for being here, Mr. Hernandez. I'm not going to pretend to remember all the details of your email, but I think we had some issues. I don't know if we had some issues with your client reporting or if she had just not reported here to court, but I know she may be having some difficulties of her own personally. And so I'm glad she's here today. We were set for a judges conference. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of Mrs. Brown, Your Honor, the thing is that we put together a safety plan and she had a placement. And then when they took her to the placement didn't take her. So we had to get a new placement. At the time that she contacted us, she was at the Centro San Vicente Clinic above the OC. So we asked them to get her placement at the OC and they were actually able to. So, I mean, there may be a more permanent placement coming down the line, but right now we have a placement. She is on medication. Centro San Vicente is helping her get her Social Security restarted. We believe this case will be resolved. There are serious mental health issues that affected every step of the allegations. She was initially, I believe this is public, found not competent and has since been restored. Without getting into the details, I would like to get into the details with the district attorney's office. I think we can come to an agreement on this case, but I need to be able to discuss the mental health details with them directly, Your Honor. So I'd ask, I think our next setting is December 14th for 2801s. We filed 2801s, but it'll give us time between now and then to speak to the district attorney's office and see if we can come to an agreement, Your Honor.
Okay. So it sounds like we've gotten some stability here, Ms. Brown. Thank you so much for logging on and maintaining contact with your attorney. I know there are life difficulties, and I am completely understanding of that. I appreciate that you have made sure to keep your court a priority. And so your attorney is going to continue working on your case. I would urge you all to, if you all think you have a resolution, Mr. Herrera, please get there as soon as you can, as best as you can, while making sure you cover all your bases, because we have a hearing on December 14th. I think this is a delicate case in many senses. And so I just want to make sure that we don't have any issues while things are pending, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, understood.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, if you need anything from the court, Ms. Brown, don't try not to stress, okay? As long as you maintain contact with your attorney. Like I said, I know things in life can get pretty difficult, but as long as you are still in contact with us, we're gonna get through your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hang in there, please. All
Yes,
right.
Your Honor. Just for the court's own knowledge, she is actually, Ms. Brown is reporting from the Centro San Vicente Clinic above the OC. They're the ones that provided the contact for the Zoom.
Beautiful, beautiful. What is her reporting requirements? I just want to make sure. Is she reporting weekly, monthly? Does anybody remember?
I don't know. I know she called us for her PR bondsman's information and we provided it to her. I don't know how often she reports.
Okay.
Ms.
All
Brown,
right.
do you know?
No, sir. I don't remember what they told me. I lost all my paperwork when I first got out.
Mr. Hernandez, if you would please, while she's there somewhere where she has some, I guess, access to certain things, I don't know if they might have a fax, if you could have and explain to her what her reporting requirements are. I understand this case, so like I said, as long as we don't have any bad issues, I understand what's going on and the difficulties that she's having. I just want to make sure we're on track. Okay, so we're coming back on December 14th. I am going to ask that Ms. Brown appear for that as we did today. And I understand, Mr. Hernandez, if there's some issue, she has limited access to technology to do that, I'm very confident you will let us know. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, you take care of yourself, okay? Stay on track.
Yes, ma'am. It's gonna be the 14th at what time?
I'm gonna have to check that. I only have Mr. Hernandez. Yeah,
Yes, Your Honor, I think I can provide that very quickly.
thank
It's
you.
the 14th at 9 a.m.
9
Yes, sir.
a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty.
But you have to
Thank-
report the Monday before that hearing
Mhm.
Okay.
at between 9 and 12.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Brown, if you could give me a call right after this hearing, I'll get you more details on your PR bond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just talk with your attorney, Ms. Brown. We'll be all right, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All righty. Take care. All righty. Who's
My
next?
excuse, Your
Chief?
Honor.
I believe so.
Thank you, Your Honor. Counsel, thank you.
I don't know.
See you, Mr. Hernandez.
Next one, Judge, is Griego on page 4.
4. Okay, go ahead.
Here, got it. It's cause number 2019-020-6836, State of Texas versus Victor Manuel Griego. Announcement of council, please.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Martina, on behalf of Mr. Griego, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
This is a probation status hearing. Carla, do you have, or can someone give me an update on this one, please?
Yes, Judge. I am so sorry. Did we say Grego? I apologize. I was answering a message.
Yes,
I apologize. Okay, Judge. So Mr. Grego was placed on probation June 16, 2020, 8-year deferred probation. There's been ongoing failure to report September, August, July, June 2021. He's missed specific appointments back in May and April of 2021. Back in April 30th, 2021, he reported he was in Hobbs, New Mexico without permission from the court or probation. 9/28/21, he had contact with probation and he provided information to probation that he was residing in Midland, Texas. Again, no permission. There was no permission from the court for him to be out there.
anything else?
Yes, and then as far as his probation, he's supposed to be, he's lacking 30 days, ACOP days, which he still has pending, and just he's behind with fees. There are no specific classes ordered, but it is being recommended if Mr. Grego to complete his 30 days ACOP that are ordered and look into continuing on supervision.
So Miss Martin, do you have any information in terms of all this travel? I mean, I wonder if go ahead.
Your Honor, if I may, I received a phone call from a relative of his, and the relative basically told me that he had permission from the probation department to be in Midland, Texas. So that's the only thing that I have, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm not sure if there's some other reason for the failures to report. Those are concerning. But I guess I want to fill in this picture in terms of, you know, for employment. Is he traveling to these different places? Do we have proof of that? What is, you know, on the horizon? I'm not, you know, I have a lot of questions about what his needs are. And, you know, Ms. Martin, when it comes to employment, that kind of thing, I'm very flexible with that as long as they're keeping probation advised. So we may not be at, you know, a horrible outcome here. What I will though require is that, I mean, he's in jail, has been in jail for a few days now, that he complete that commitment, the ACOP days. But again, if that might be a problem, I don't know, for work, I'm not sure. So we have a setting on 12/9. That's a ways out. If you can update me sooner, Ms. Martin, happy to consider something else. But I just have a lot of questions about him.
Yes, Your Honor, I was just kind of waiting for this hearing to see where we were heading with his case, so I could have a, you know, more meaningful conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he's on probation for evading with a vehicle, right? That's what we have.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, I just need him to follow his probation, really is what I need him to do. And so we have a few hiccups here. But because we have the 30 days outstanding, he's going to do those. If you can give me a fuller picture before the December 9th pre-revo, then we can work it out before that.
Your Honor, I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right. Thank you very much. Who's next, Chewy?
Judge Owens on page 4.
Okay, go ahead.
Cause number 2019-0D04550. Cause number 2019-0D04549. State of Texas versus Dominic Tremaine Owens. Announcement of council.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas, ready, Your Honor.
Brent Stevens for Mr. Owens, we're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, probation status hearing. Ms. Spinella, do you have an update?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Owens was placed on probation July 31st, 2020, 4 years deferred. He was rearrested October 8th, 2021 and October 29th, 2021.
For what?
First arrest was for theft of property. It's a theft of vehicle. Bench warrant was issued, and then he got rearrested again for another theft of property. Less than 100, less than 750.
Are
And
the
he's in
dates,
custody.
so the dates are often of offense are separate. It's not just some outstanding case that they figured out was him or something like that.
Let me make sure on that, but I do have two different
Judge,
offense.
I think I can shed some light on that.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a felony theft of a vehicle. So I do not have access to the police reports yet because the case is unindicted. There's an examining trial pending, but apparently they purchased a vehicle and then later found out that the person who sold it to them did not own the vehicle. So they provided me with paperwork concerning the transfer of the vehicle or buying the vehicle. So that there's a lot of investigation to be done on that case. It's not going to be a simple theft. The other case is a Class B misdemeanor. In my understanding, it may be a shoplifting at Walmart. So, and then my client is stating that he was not involved with that either. So we have quite a bit of work to do on these two cases.
Yeah. So I think then we just go to the next setting. Do we have our motion filed, Mr. Herrera?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Okay. The notation on the chat, Mr. Stevens, just from the clerk, is the first was a car theft from a dealership. The second was an arrest. The second arrest was for stealing a TV. I'm not sure. All right.
I believe that's correct, Judge. And might I interject a couple more things? I would like to know what the probation department's recommendation is. And first of all, I guess.
What the probation officer stated, Mr. Stevens, is a 60-day jail commitment.
How many?
60 days? 60?
Judge, he's been there for 21 days now. I requested a bond hearing, but I don't think we're going to be able to have a bond hearing for a couple of weeks based on what I'm hearing. And so I was hoping we could get a bond today on this case.
I'll be very frank. Right now, I know I have limited information, so this might change. Obviously, you can ask for your bond and we'll get you a bond hearing. But with the rearrests, probation may be recommending a 60-day jail commitment, but I can't tell you that I'm there. So we can have a hearing on the bond. I am not at a jail commitment right now. So again, this is one of those where maybe more of the picture that we need to fill in. But when is your examining trial?
I believe it's December 2nd.
Okay.
And let me double check on that, Your Honor. But
Mr. And our next hearing is December 9th. Is that right, Mr. Dominguez? Or whoever's got it handy.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, perfect.
Judge, I failed to provide, there's a notation that Mr. Owens had failed to report for July 2021. I apologize, I forgot to mention that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so if you haven't already sent it over, Brent, please send us your bond request. So
I did, Judge.
Okay, so hopefully we can get you scheduled for December 7th.
All right, thank you,
Or is it
Judge.
December 7th? Yeah, December 7th. Thank you very much. Who's next, Chewy?
Hey, Judge. Ms. Carrero is here on a reset from Tuesday, Judge. Daniel Herrera.
Mr. Herrera. And that, are you there, Ms. Caballero?
Ms. Caballero.
So I had made a notation from Tuesday's docket. I don't recall if it was why it was reset for today, but I had made a notation on Tuesday's docket for this case to come back in 2022 on January 18th. Ms. Caballero, are you there?
Your Honor, she's in the waiting area. She should, if you could.
In our waiting
get her back
area or your waiting area?
In your waiting area.
Oh,
She's saying
okay.
that he's already logged on.
Okay, she
Okay.
just came on right now, Judge.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Oh, she's connecting.
Sure. Go ahead.
Ms. Caballero, are you there now?
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank
no
you.
worries. I was mentioning, I thought the other box was you. I was mentioning that I did not have this as a reset from Tuesday for today, but since you are here, I had it for a reset of January 18th.
Okay,
Okay, that's a Tuesday.
thank you.
Tuesday, same time. So we'll just get you the new setting. I don't know where the confusion was there.
You know what, Your Honor, while we're here
Yes, ma'am.
every 3 weeks on this case, and we're waiting for the prosecutor, I guess, to make a decision on how he wants to proceed, given that my client's been found incompetent.
Mhm.
So I don't know if the prosecutor has come to any decisions on that.
Well, Judge, we've had a few settings
Mhm.
in between, and I think I don't know that Ms. Caballero has been on, but at this point, the state is just waiting for Mr. Herrera to regain competency. The report stated that obviously he came back incompetent, but he can regain it. So at this point, Your Honor, the state is ready to wait for him to regain competency.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I thought I recalled them saying that last time, Ms. Caballero. I wasn't sure if there was, I guess, some movement, potential movement on that representation. But if I'm not hearing anything different, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I'm not sure how that happens.
Yeah.
So
if you don't think that there is going to be a change in the state's position, then I will have to look at, I guess, ultimately, because your client, is he undergoing any treatment right now?
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
And he's
so-
just out on bond and he reports to my office.
Mhm.
And, you know, one of the many problems is he's very deaf.
Mhm.
And so there's that.
Mhm.
And I'm just,
So I think, you know, I don't know that any further order in terms of an evaluation is useful. I mean, I know the two different examinations basically came to the similar conclusions, I guess. And then, I mean, if there's not going to be a change in the state's position, then I think we have to have a trial on the competency.
I don't think they're disputing it.
Well, you know, then it just, I mean, he has to go somewhere to get, to see if we can bring him back to competency.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. We'll see you in January.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Who's next, Chuy?
Judge Nunez on page 4.
Go ahead.
I have him coming in, Judge. I did receive a phone call yesterday from Mr. Parra's office indicating that he had a vacation certificate on file that apparently he filed on October 25th. So they were going to see if Mr. Victor Parra would be able to cover for him.
Is he here?
No, he's not, Judge. The
Okay.
defendant is here.
Okay, do we have a future setting?
Let me check, Judge.
No future hearing. Okay.
Okay.
So do we know when Mr. Parra's vacation certificate is over?
It covers from November 17th through the 22nd.
Okay, so we can put him down, let's do it for November 30th. Mr. Nunez, your attorney is not available here today, so we're going to reset this hearing for November 30th at 10 a.m. Okay.
Mr. You did hear that? Okay, sir.
All right, we're good to go. Thank you.
Okay, Judge. And then we have Rascon on page 5.
Go ahead.
See, that one is cause number 2020-030-3328, State of Texas versus Sarah Rascon. Announcement of counsel, please.
Brian Herrera for the state of Texas, ready, Your Honor.
Judge, and on this one, Mr. Spencer was on earlier. He indicated that he had not received an appointment as of yet. So he was unsure if, he was going to represent her.
Okay, so if we can double check on that, Mr. Dominguez. I'm not sure if this is one of those that is kind of like the attorney is left over, but the person is in custody. So let's go ahead, if we don't have that appointment active, appoint Mr. Spencer for Ms. Rascon, and we can also have them come back on November 30th.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Thank you. Okay, Chuy, who's next?
Okay, Judge, the matters that need to go before you, those are the only ones. Mr. Dakota is here for
Okay,
that in-person suppression hearing.
okay, thank you.
Okay, Brian, before you log off,